Good morning and happy Thanksgiving from Pierce Field here on the campus of Arlington High School. My name is Animo Osmani and joining me is Kai Hare, and we welcome you to one of the state's most cherished holiday traditions. Today, under the bright autumn skies and a chilly breeze on this Thanksgiving morning, this rivalry continues. It's the Arlington High Spy Ponders and the Waltham Hawks in a matchup steeped in pride, history, and unforgettable moments. In just a couple of seconds, we'll see the Arlington High Spy Ponders running out the tunnel from the right side of the field. And I don't know if that's a mascot from where, but it just had tusks. I'm pretty sure that does not recommend. Does that really? I'm being told that's our mascot. Yep, that looks like a Spy Ponder to me. But speaking of the Spy Ponders, they bring grit, speed, and a burning desire to put a statement win on the table before the turkey hits the oven tonight. They've come prepared, focused, and hungry. But standing in their way is always the resilient Hawks of Waltham High. Tough, disciplined, and ready to be a home wrecker on Pierce Field. In a rivalry where every yard is earned and every play matters, the Hawks know what it takes to rise to the moment on a day like today. Family, community, tradition. This is Thanksgiving football at its finest. One town, one city, two proud programs, and one final showdown to close out the high school football season in Massachusetts. Get ready for kickoff in about 4 minutes. Waiting for the Spy Ponders to come out. Does that mascot have a name? Can someone tell me? Cyrus the what? Mastodon. You have a mastodon representing the Spy Pond. This is new to me. Kai, I don't know if you know this, but I used to work here at ACMi. I've been doing a lot of high school sports, and I don't think we had, what's the name again? The Mastodon when I was here. So this is a new sight to me.
I don't remember it either. I think this is brand new. It's certainly a new era of Spy Ponder football on and off the field. You can say that.
You know what? I love to see it. We got a mascot now, and it's adding a lot of spirit and culture here on Pierce Field, especially on a day like today. And before we start things off, we want to give a quick shout out to the Dunkin' Donuts on Summer Street for sponsoring the crew meal here for the ACMi staff who's come out and volunteered to bring you some good high school Thanksgiving football action. So shout out to the Dunkin' Donuts on Summer Street. And there you see the Spy Ponders are taking the field or on their way from the newly renovated campus of Arlington High School.
It only took me getting out of here for them to finally build a nice high school, didn't it?
Hey, if it makes you feel better, I was there when the first wrecking ball went through. I don't think it was a wrecking ball, but when the first building came down. So I was there from the beginning.
I was there too. I remember the old high school.
Yep.
Yeah, I had some classes in the trenches.
I remember
in the
trenches.
Yeah, in the basement. Pretty musty, freshman year.
And here comes the Spy Ponders lining up underneath the goalpost. Not ready to run through just yet. We got Sai the Mastodon at the end of that tunnel. Can't wait to see him throughout the entire game. There they are. One final huddle before they run to their sideline, which is the near side of the field. And Kai, what is one thing you're looking forward to today?
Well, I think Brady Beckenhuse would be the player that I am most excited to watch. Last year, obviously, one of the stars on the Spy Ponders team. This year, he recently, it looks like he recently flipped his commitment from Boston College to Wisconsin. He is certainly the star in the Spy Ponders team. He's going to have a big game today if they want to beat Waltham.
Right on. One Division I commit already in the books for the Spy Ponders, and we're excited to see him lead this team.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Against this pesky Hawks squad from Waltham.
Welcome to Arlington High School. This year's
on the PA for the Pierce Field is Scott Master.
Your Arlington Spy Ponders.
We'll let him do most of the talking for
We're
now.
glad
So
to have our students, families,
we'll take a
alumni,
step back,
and community
Kai,
members
and
here
we'll let
for
him
one of
introduce the starting
Massachusetts'
lineups, the
great
captains for the
holiday
coin toss,
traditions.
followed by the national anthem.
Before we begin, the Middlesex League and the MIAA remind everyone that good sportsmanship is an expectation. Please show respect for players, coaches, officials, and fellow spectators. Let's keep today's game positive and enjoyable for all. Now let's welcome the captains of both Arlington and Waltham for the coin toss.
So the captains out there for the Arlington Spy Ponders are Drew Breck, Brady Beckenhouse, Uri Forrest, and Dylan McGann. For Waltham, we have number 9, Brock DeVue, number 17, Wes O'Connor, Bobby Mendez, number 3, 76, Colin O'Brien, and number 8, taking the call for the Hawks, is Ryan Dragone. Looks like Arlington has won the coin
Arlington
toss,
has won the coin toss.
confirmed by Scott Madsen on the PA. And they've elected to
And will
defer. And right on cue with a PA today. And in just a couple minutes, or a couple of seconds, we'll have the playing of the national anthem. So Kai and I are taking a little pause here.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please rise, remove your hats, and join us in honoring America as Arlington High School senior Beckett Thomas sings our national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Kickoff coming up is going to be the Arlington Spy Ponders versus the Waltham Hawks in our annual Turkey Bowl. Once again, I'm Animo Mosmani, and joining me is Kai Hare. Kai, tell us a little bit about yourself. You are an Arlington High student, and you graduated last year. What are you up to these days?
Well, I'm a freshman at Boston University, and I actually know the regular commentator now for Arlington. He goes to Boston University. I'm on a sports show with him, and he said that he was away during Thanksgiving, and I figured, well, I've done a few of these football games, so I thought I'd come back. And we actually have a lot of college freshman here that used to be at ACMi. So it's good to be back, and Arlington having a pretty good season this year, 6-4. This is one of the better Spy Ponders teams we've had in the last few years, and against a 2-8 Waltham team, hope for a big Thanksgiving win.
Of course, and it's good to have you back along with all the other volunteers who are alum of Arlington High School and ACMi. It's great. It's a great culture here, and as a reminder, we are a volunteer-based operation. We'll get more into that later, but right now is kickoff, and kicking off for the Spy Ponders is Nathan Carmen. Ball's up, and it will make its way all the way to the up back. Not a clean pickoff, but eventually picked it up, brings the ball upfield, and tackled at near the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Hawks near the 20-yard line.
Well, defense was certainly last year what the Spy Ponders' strength was. That's where a lot of the offense really came from, was the defense being able to get them the ball in good field position. So we'll see how it looks this year. Obviously, neither of us have been to many games this year, so we'll see. But a lot of returning guys from last year, so you expect the defense to be a strong part of their success today.
And leading the defense on is number 54, Big Brady Beckenhouse, lining up on the edge of the formation. Tough guy to stop. Wisconsin commit, you just mentioned earlier, but here's Waltham running to the opposite side and gets a good gain of 10 yards. That'll be 1st and 10 with Wes O'Connor as the ball carrier.
Well, it looks like Waltham will probably be running the ball a lot, run it away from Beckenhuse. Of course, you don't want to run right into him, so you can imagine a lot of handoffs to their right.
A lot of size on that defensive line for the Spy Ponders, so the Waltham Hawks will have their work cut out for them today, especially in the ground game. At quarterback for the Hawks is Ryan Dragone. He has the slot in motion. That's Bobby Mendez in motion, but it's going to be a handoff to his running back once again. Wes O'Connor trying to bounce off to the outside, gets brought down after a healthy gain of 4 yards, 2nd and 6.
Well, again, running to the right, try and run away from Beckenhuse. We'll see what the Spy Ponders have on the defensive line. Certainly, they were relatively good at stopping the run last year, and I do see a lot of familiar faces from calling games last year for them.
Ball now at the 32-yard line. The Hawks lining up in the shotgun, 2-by-2 split. It's going to be blitzed by the Spy Ponders. They're going to get to the quarterback, and they get the sack for a loss. 3rd and long. That's going to be a loss of about 8 yards.
Quarterback sacked by Arlington for a loss of 2.
Be a loss of 2 yards. 7 yards. It'll be 3rd and 12.
3rd and 12 for the Hawks.
So long way to go for the Hawks to pick up the first down in their first opening drive of this Turkey Bowl. Hawks lining up in the shotgun once again, 2-by-2 split. Spy Ponders drop back in coverage, and the ball is thrown out of bounds. Julius Janice was the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, a good start for the Spy Ponders defense, being able to get off the field early.
Relatively quick 4 plays and punting.
I guess for a lot of them, they're not really getting off the field. They're just switching from defense to offense, as so common in high school football.
And punting the ball is the quarterback, Ryan Dragone. The motion going on for the Hawks. Good punt is not going to be fielded and is going to bounce out of bounds near the 45-yard line of Arlington territory. And that's exactly where the ball is going to be spotted.
Well, good field position for the Spy Ponders. Last year, offensively, it mostly came through the run game. Really, the last few years, from what I remember of covering the Spy Ponders, it came through the run game. So we'll see new quarterback, obviously, with the departure of their two senior quarterbacks last year. Excited to see what this new look Spy Ponders offense looks like, but certainly could imagine a lot of runs.
Leading the Spy Ponders is going to be Joey Sciano on this opening drive for Arlington. Taking the ball from the shotgun formation. We have number 6 in motion. That's Alex Trepotsis. It's going to be a toss play to number 41 with a stiff arm and gets tackled out of bounds. That's Ori Forrest with the ball carrier picking up a gain of 5 yards.
Well, Ori Forrest was certainly one of the bright spots last year for the Spy Ponders team. You can expect him to get the ball a lot. You can expect guys like Skull to get the ball a lot, you know, you'd imagine in this game.
Good tackle by the Hawks. 2nd and 5 from the 50-yard line. Joey Sciano still lining up his offense, getting the call. He's lining up under center. It's going to be a handoff to Ori Force again, right up the middle. Not much there, but pushed back after a gain of 3 yards on that carry. It'll be 3rd and short for the Spy Ponders. 2-yard
Well,
gain.
you'd have to imagine that this is 4-down territory, and you would not be surprised if they just gave him the ball right back again.
3rd and 3 for the Spy Ponders.
You know, it's Thanksgiving, have some fun. Go for it on 4th down, because why not, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And well, the biggest victory this week for Arlington was the turkey toss, winning the KISS 108 turkey toss.
Oh, congratulations to the Spy Ponders. I remember when Ever High School used to be the dominating team on the turkey toss, but here's Ori Forrest trying to find something up the middle, but quickly clogged up by the Hawks defense.
Number 41, Ori Forrest,
And
the
it's going to be
ball
4th and 1. So now, earlier we were talking about entering 4th down territory, but we have 1 yard to gain. I'm really entertaining the idea here. Let's see if the Spy Ponders are going to entertain it. It looks like they might be. The offense stays out there.
Yeah, I'd have to imagine you will, and I would have to imagine the ball is going to go right back in Ori Forrest or whoever's in the backfield's hands. You know, you'd hope you have a confident enough line that you feel good about getting 1 yard here.
Giano under center, and it's going to be a handoff to the up back. Brought immediately at the point of attack, but legs pushed forward for a 2-yard gain, and that's all he needed for a 1st down. Here's a look at the replay. That's the fullback. You got a jersey number on that guy? Number 7, Kyle Gaffney.
Yeah, he's another guy who I think was on this team last year. And again, not surprised. They're going to run the ball as much as they can here. That is their bread and butter.
2 receivers up top. One is in motion, as Sciano is going to have a handoff to Ori Forrest. Off tackle to the left side. Ori Forrest had a lane brought down from behind, but not after a 14-yard gain.
Yeah, good run. I think it was Devin Harris that brought him down. Was able to find a nice hole.
Good chase down by. It was Bobby Mendez for the Hawks.
Yeah, and if he doesn't get him, I mean, we're talking about a house call potentially for the Spy Ponders early here.
1st and 10 at the Waltham 30-yard line. Correction, 29-yard line. Gonna be another play action. Giano looking to his right, dumps it up down low to number 7, Kyle Gaffney, who catches the ball and picks up, looks like,
good for 6 yards.
6 yards.
6 yards.
It's a good play calling there. You run the ball throughout the entire drive, and you set up for your first play action. Giano now lining up in the shotgun. 2 receivers split out wide. And it's going to be a handoff up the middle. Nothing there. Brought down immediately. No gain on the play. I believe that was number 38 for the Hawks. with the tackle, 78. Nate, I will not try to pronounce your last name. I apologize.
Well, that was a good stuff there by Waltham.
But Nate is a freshman for the Hawks.
We're looking at, what, 3rd and 4 or so here.
About so. Shiano in the shotgun. It's going to be play action, quick release to number 6. Quickly turns it off the field and finds the end zone for the first score of the game. Touchdown! Alexi Trapotsis.
Well, Alexi Trapotsis, another player that was on this team last year. His brother was on the team as well. His brother was one of the star players. And, of course, you can imagine that if his brother was one of the stars, you can imagine that he was going to become a star himself. Was able to shed the first tackle, and from there it was nothing but daylight. And a quick 6-0 lead for the Spy Ponders, exactly how you want this game to start.
Number 30, Nathan Carmen, to
With
set up the extra
4
point.
minutes and 18 seconds left in the first quarter. Lining up for the extra point attempt, and Alexi Trapotsis is a junior. Snap is down, kick is up, and through for a 7-0 lead.
It's 4:34 in the first quarter. The score is now Arlington 7, Waltham 0.
Well, about as well of a start as you can have for Arlington. Throwing, running, and then, of course, the extra point. We'll see how this Waltham team tries to adjust on offense. But I would imagine they may be forced to throw the ball a little more than they would like to.
Arlington will have their second kickoff here in this first quarter, and before we get to that, I'd like to mention how great this camera coverage is. And of course, it's entirely run by volunteers. And if you want to be part, if you're an Arlington resident or an Arlington High student and want to be part of the star-studded cast of broadcast teams, you should consider joining.
You absolutely should, and I will tell you, I joined ACMi my sophomore year because I had 0 extracurriculars and I needed community service hours. And now I'm at Boston University as a communications major, so you never know how it'll work out, so give it a chance.
Ball is up, makes his way to Jerry Broy once again. Correction, that might be Ryan Ranucci, who just refuses to go down until after getting tackled at the 24-yard line.
Well, that was a great job. I think it was Matt Grande who held on to him originally, and then about 3 more Spy Ponders jumped him. Really good special teams coverage there by the Spy Ponders.
Yeah, we saw on the replay, you got the number correct. It was Matt Grande, and he just wouldn't let go with that one hand. So second look offense for the Waltham Hawks. Ryan Dragon taking the field to lead his team, potentially downfield. We'll see where it goes. 2 receivers out wide on either side of the formation. Arlington showing blitz. There will be a blitz, but it'll be a handoff to number 13, brought down from behind. That's Brady Beckenhouse for a tackle for a loss.
Well, they put him on the other side. Waltham.
Second and 13
Oh, he
for the
just
Hawks.
got across really quickly. I thought they put him on the other side. Just beat his man, and you know, that was supposed to be an option play, but no option there when Brady Beckenhouse gets through the line that quickly.
He went untouched and had an open lane to the backfield, so that will be a loss of, I think, 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 13 with the ball on the 21-yard line. Plot in motion, and it's going to be a sweep handoff to Mendez, who does have the sideline. Does he have the lane? Ran out of real estate and brought out of bounds after a nice first down game. Brings the ball up to the 38-yard line.
Well, that was a great call there by Waltham. You kind of imagined they'd drop back in shotgun there with 2nd and long, but they run the
sweep going from west to east.
Any way you can pick up offense against a Spy Ponders team is a win. So you have to imagine they're going to open up the playbook here a little bit.
Second first down of this first quarter. Clock is ticking with 3 minutes left. Mendez in motion once again. There's going to be play action. Bubble screen to Mendez. Tries to find the sideline. Does have some room, but get hit hard out of bounds after a gain of 3 yards. Hit made by Matt Grande.
Well, again, you're sort of running that option play where you can either hand it off or throw the screen. And again, the line just, Brady Beckenhuis immediately got through the offensive line. So you have to throw that bubble screen. And they're able to at least get positive yards out of it. But that offensive line is going to be put through their paces today.
2nd and 6 for the Hawks. Arlington showing blitz once again. It's going to be handoff to the opposite side of that run blitz, but no, not much real estate there. Only a pickup of 2 more yards. Oh, it's Wes O'Connor being the ball carrier. Now we're in 3rd and 4 situation.
Well, at the 44, again, you really have to imagine that if you can get probably 2 or 3 yards here, you're going for it. So do you run the ball and try and get a couple yards, or do you try and make a play here?
So far, the Hawks have been settling for the perimeters. The box is always stacked with a lot of big bodies. Brady Beckenhuis split out wide. And I think we're going to get a timeout from the Hawks. It'll be the first charged timeout for Waltham in this first half, coming in the first quarter.
Well, big play here in the first quarter. You really don't want to have to give the ball back to Arlington again without coming away with some points here. And 3rd and 4, you're close to midfield. You'd have to imagine that, there's really 2 ways you can go about this. You can either try and just get a couple yards, set up a 4th and short that you feel confident in going for, or you have a pass play, you're trying to get those 4 right here, right now. With the way that they've had trouble running the ball inside, I would have to imagine they're going to pass it here, try and set up some sort of quick screen. Get the ball out wide, but you have to get it out quickly with this big defensive line for the Spy Ponders.
When you got a stacked box, I think you might have to settle for the perimeter, so that's exactly where you're trying to allude to, Kai, and good analysis there. So we'll see what Waltham drew up after this timeout, as Dragon takes back the field and taking the 2x2 look of the shotgun formation. Bad snap, and Dragon is just going to fall and land on it, cradle that up, and it'll be forced down. I could imagine that the Hawks are going to go for a punt now.
Well, that's one way to end a drive right there with a bad snap.
Just went off wide to the left of Dragon.
Did a good job to make sure he fell on that ball, but now you have to punt it. And the first punt wasn't great. It only went about 20 yards. So the Spy Ponders look like they should get decent field position here. Punting from inside the 30 here.
So here's a long snap. Almost blocked and will not be fielded. And it'll be blown dead at the Arlington 43-yard line. Back to receive was Alexi Trapotsis. Thought about going for it. Backed up at the last second. And it was a good call.
Yeah.
Punt coverage for the Hawks was there.
Again, not a super long punt, maybe about 25 yards or so, but Arlington will get relatively good field position again.
So second time the Arlington offense is going to take the field here in the first quarter. We are inside 30 seconds. Giano in the shotgun. Referees resetting the ball. Escaped from the hands of the center, but now we're back in play with a handoff to, that's number 9 for the Spy Ponders, Cedric Daniel, his first carry of the game. And he takes that ball to the 46-yard line.
Good for 3 yards.
Well, a nice little pickup. The first time we've seen him with the ball. Senior.
That's the end of the
And that
first
would be the
quarter.
last
Score,
play of the
Arlington
first quarter, so we're going to switch sides of the
Arlington.
field here. And at the end of the first quarter, Arlington takes a quick 7-0 lead after a passing touchdown from Shiano to Alexi Tripotze. And I believe that was a 27-yard gain on that touchdown in the first quarter.
Yeah, it was a good first quarter for the Spy Ponders on both sides of the ball. We'll see what they can do here in the second quarter on this cold Thanksgiving.
Look at that nice handheld shot in the corner. We get to see the brand new renovated Arlington High School as a backdrop. But look at that look. We love some good handheld action here at ACMi.
And I'm definitely not jealous that this is as soon as I left.
Do they have a clock on the outside? Oh, that's cool. And there's a look at the press box where we are.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the scoreboard. I don't know why the scoreboard doesn't have the down and distance. Maybe a little...
No, it's just the sun is shining bright on that corner, Kai. It is on, but it really is hard to see.
Oh,
and
is it
I
on?
can't blame you there. It's just really bright out there. I can't imagine how bright it is for the football players if a pass ever gets thrown in that direction.
Yeah, not many clouds today, so certainly the sun is shining bright despite the chilly weather.
Here's a second down snap. We have a man in motion. It will be another handoff. There's Cedric Daniel looking for the sideline, but gets brought down by Terrell Jackson Jr.
I think he's about a yard short. It would appear on that
3 yards
sweep.
short.
Couple yards short.
Third down and 3 for the Spy Ponders at midfield.
So 3rd and 3, ball spotted at the 50-yard line.
Well, I would run it again.
You might be encroaching 4-down territory again for fun.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you're at the 50-yard line. Waltham hasn't been able to do anything on offense. I can't imagine a world outside of, a sack where you're not going for it on 4th down.
Ooh, and Shiano draws the offside call. He's going to get an easy first down. Happy Thanksgiving from the Hawks. Here's a gift. It's a first down.
Well, you don't even have to think about it because you'll pick up the first down on the encroachment.
Here's a hard count by Shiano. There's a look of the community who came out here on this Thursday morning to support the Spy Ponders.
Yeah, and if you're out here braving the cold, that makes the Thanksgiving feast all the more worth it. You will savor it even more.
Still have fans filing into the stadium. They also have concessions open here at Pierce Field, selling some hot chocolate. We got a formation shift by the Spy Ponders. Ori Force in the backup, in the backfield, receives a handoff, gets met immediately, dragged down by the ankles. That was Terrell Jackson Jr. on first contact on Ori Forrest.
Yeah, that was a really good play by Jackson to wrap him up before he was able to make any sort of gain, just grabbing his ankles, slowing him down.
Blasted through one of those gaps in the offensive line untouched and made the play in the backfield. It's only going to be a loss of half a yard. It's going to be 2nd and 11. Giano in the I formation again. Going to be tossed to Ori Forrest and a reverse to number 11. Ball goes up in the air. Giano trying to track it down and gets on top of it. That was Matt Grande on the reverse sweep. And that's going to be another loss for the Spy Ponders. It's going to be 3rd and long. There it is. The ball just gets popped up in the air after a head-on tackle by Ryan Dragone.
Yeah, I don't know if that was supposed to happen or not. That would be a pretty deep one in the playbook if it was. It didn't really work, and maybe sometimes you sort of overcomplicate a little too much. you don't really need to try and make that extra effort there.
You know, it is cold out there. Like, I can't move my hand, so I can't imagine trying to grip a football in that weather. But hey, that's why I'm
more
not a football
importantly,
player.
I just don't know if Shiano was ready for that toss back.
It's going to be a first timeout for the Spy Ponders. And, you know, it is a Thanksgiving game. I love to see some trick plays here and there. When it's the last game of the season, go all out on the playbook. Have some fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, have fun with this game. You know, for some of these players, it might be their last game. So, you know, certainly enjoy it. But you still want to come away with a win here on Thanksgiving. Yep. Certainly don't want to sort of spoil the mood. You'd like to go home happy.
We do have a good turnout by the Waltham fan base as well, as they're on the far side of the field. But right now, you're looking at a view of the Arlington High Spy Ponder cheerleading squad. A lot of seniors on that team. Their banners all lined up across the entrance on the way into Pierce Field.
Yeah, and you know, they often don't really get the credit with us. All of our focus really on the football team, but they do a great job helping support the Spy Ponders at every home game.
Keeping the spirit alive off the field, bringing some energy into the stadium. So coming off of this timeout, it is going to be 3rd and 14 for the Spy Ponders. We'll see what the playbook is going to be on this 3rd and long. Shiano in the shotgun. We have 2 receivers on both sides of the formation. Ori Forrest in the backfield. And Shiano is going to draw the encroachment again. Another penalty for the Hawks. That's their second offside call this drive.
Just undisciplined by the Hawks. You know, it's funny because last year the Spy Ponders were really undisciplined. They lost some games because of...
Oh, it's going to be an illegal procedure on the Spy Ponders. So now...
Well, we'll change what we're saying here. Last year, you know, the Spy Ponders were a team that had trouble with penalties. I remember, I can't remember who it was. I remember they lost one game. They had a lead, and I think they may have given up a touchdown. They came back trying to tie the game, and then they took about 5 penalties on that drive and lost the game. So,
Joe, for the tunnel screen to Tripozzi, couldn't get the catch. Ball was tipped on the release.
Yeah, it's tipped at the line. That was a good job there. Tripozzi almost came away with it despite the tip.
A double tip on the defensive line. Number 77 on the first tip, Cam Eden, and then number 9 also with the pressure, Brock DeVue.
But a good job by Waltham to get off the field, and they'll get the ball back here.
Be the first punt for the Spy Ponders. Back to punt. I think that is
Bobby Mendez back to receive for the Hawks.
Number 87, Drew Beck. Back to receive for the Hawks is Bobby Mendez. Trying to get lined up here. Ball is snapped. Drew Beck. Ball is up. Look at that wind. The ball just suspended mid-air and then dropped straight down. You can just hear the wind blowing too, Kai. We're in the press box blowing against this door right next to us.
Yeah, the wind just picked it up and gave Waltham a nice little gift. It just blew that ball back, only about a 10-yard punt or so, 15-yard punt. I mean, what do you even do on that, right?
Exactly. It wasn't going to be like that when the ball was snapped, and then the wind just came out of nowhere. I never saw a football punt just get blocked like that.
Yeah.
Just ran into a wall. So good field position for the Hawks. They're going to take the ball at the 43-yard line. 1st and 10. And Ryan Dragon back on the field. Lining up to his left is Wes O'Connor. Hunting showing pressure up the middle. It's going to be a handoff to Wes O'Connor. Bounces off to the outside. Shakes off, stiffs arms a guy, and gets bumped out of bounds near the first down marker. This is going to be a pickup of 9 yards, 2nd and 10. Look at that run by Wes O'Connor.
Yeah, it looked like he was dead at the start of that play and then ran all the way across the other side of the field for not just a positive gain, but a gain of 9. And now 2nd and short, you can sort of open up the playbook here if you want, if you're Waltham.
Especially in Arlington territory, the ball is placed at the Arlington 48-yard line.
Yeah, I would expect maybe try and pass it here. You really have a couple shots to get this first down here.
Arlington in zero coverage, no safeties back deep. Man all the way through, and he's going to connect with Mendez on the slant, has the speed, escapes, and goes all the way into the end zone for the Hawks' first touchdown of the game. 6-7 on a strike from Ryan Dragon to Ryan Mendez.
Well, that play action and then hitting Mendez on that quick slant, and then the Spy Ponders just couldn't bring him down, and Mendez with the house call, a 48-yard touchdown. A really good play call, though, by Waltham. With 2nd and short, you know, you think they might run it. They set up play action, and then they hit the wide-open Mendez for a touchdown.
I know you guys see the scoreboard. You want me to say it, but guess what? It's 7-6, reading left to right. And now it's going to be 7 up. Be tied at 7.
Left in the 2nd quarter. The score is Arlington 7.
So great response by the Hawks. They score on their third drive in the first half.
Yeah, we'll see what the Spy Ponders come out with here. Now gonna have to go back down and score if they want to take the lead here. But what at the start looked like it might not be the most competitive game has quickly turned around, and it's clear that Waltham is here to play. So Spy Ponders are gonna have to do a little more on offense if they want to come away here with a win tonight.
That was a 48-yard passing touchdown from Ryan Dragon to Bobby Mendez. Now, for the first time this game, Waltham is going to be kicking off, and kicking off for the Hawks is number 24, Jack Bowman.
Number 9, Cedric Daniel, and number 11, Matt Graham.
Back to receive for the Spy Ponders is Cedric Daniel and Matt Grande. 7 minutes and 54 seconds left in this first half. All right, special teams got the confirmation to the kicker. Ball will make its way to the backfield. It's going to be Grande with the reception. Has something up the middle, tries to blast through the coverage, and then brought down by number 23, Ryan Ranucci.
Tackled by number 23, Ryan Ranucci. 1st and 10 for the Spy Ponders on their own 30.
It's going to be 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line. Might be 31.
Well, let's see what the Spy Ponders bring out here.
So games back at even. We'll see if the Spy Ponders can change the score line here. Giano in the shotgun, 2 receivers up top. Ori Forrest switches sides. And it's going to be a handoff to Ori Forrest. He got a blocker in front of him. He's going to outrun him. And then runs out of space.
41, Ori Forrest,
But not after he picks up 10 yards on that play. What a run by Ori Forrest.
Yeah, it was a good run there to the right. Had, who is that, 78 out in front of him.
And also leading the way was offensive line Emil Lemire on a great lead block.
He was someone who I think was very highly thought of on the Spy Ponders team.
Emil Lemire, he is a senior.
So
here's another handoff to Ori Forrest right up the middle and powers through, hard to bring down. Look at that yards after contact. He's brought down after a gain of 12 yards.
Well, Ori Forrest finding a lane here.
Good for 11 yards and a 1st down for Arlington.
To what happens when you have such a good offensive line in front of you.
Ball on the 47-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Spy Ponders. Huddle breaks. Shiano has 2 receivers on both sides of the formation in the shotgun, but it's going to be another handoff to Ori Force up the middle, slithers through all those defenders on the front line, and picks up, I believe, 5 yards.
Well, again, though, just keep handing it off to him. When you pick up positive yards, we'll see here. I think this would be a good time to maybe open up the playbook here. You could run play action.
2nd and 5. Ball on the 42-yard line in Waltham territory. Shiano on the shotgun again.
4 down territory here.
Another handoff to Ori Forrest on the weak side. Jumps over a man and carries a couple defenders near the 1st down marker. And actually, it is a 1st down, 1 yard past the marker. It'll be 1st and 10.
Well, Waltham just can't do anything about him. That's all the Spy Ponders have run on this drive. And it's been successful. And you imagine maybe keep running it until Waltham proves that they can stop him.
Ori Forrest, a senior captain for the Spy Ponders. He's going to take your break. Cedric Daniel is now going to be in the backfield with Shiano in this shotgun formation. He's going to receive the toss to the far side. Cuts it upfield. There's nothing there and gets brought down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that play. Patient running for Cedric Daniel, tries to find a gap, and there was just nothing there. Working the perimeter, and ultimately gets brought down.
Yeah, Cedric Daniel, a senior. Can't remember if he was on last year's team. I wonder if maybe he's new.
And I don't know if you could hear the wind through the shotgun mics attached to these cameras here, but wind is blowing once again. Well, and it's going to be a reverse to Cedric Daniel. Caught Waltham off guard. He slides through a couple of tackles. Tries to break through, and then finally brought down inside the Waltham 5-yard line. Ball might be spotted at the 5-yard line. What a run by Cedric Daniel.
Well, as you were just saying, with all the wind, it's hard to throw the ball. So they run this really creative reverse where it looks like Shiano's going to go to his left, and then he gives the ball back to Cedric Daniels, who just runs and has a huge gap. Good job by Waltham to bring him down before he got into the end zone. But a really good play call there. It looked like it was going to be a quarterback run with Daniels out in front, and then Daniels reverses course and goes to the right.
The ball on the 4-yard line. Shiano is going to line up under center with Ori Forrest in the backfield. 2 receivers to the left. It's going to be a toss play and an easy play into the end zone for Ori Forrest. First touchdown of the game, 2nd score for the Spy Ponders, bringing them up 13-7.
Well, certainly not surprised. As soon as you get down inside the 5-yard line, you know that it's going to go to Ori Forrest. Gets the toss, and yeah, they're not going to bring him down.
Balking was there, and also was the speed. It looks like Arlington might be lining up for a 2-point attempt here. Shiano's going back into the huddle and delivering a play call.
Yeah, I imagine it has to be the wind here. You don't really want to kick into the wind. Arlington saw that punt and they said, yeah, maybe we're not going to kick the extra point.
They could feel the wind too. Going to be Shiano under center. Ori Forrest is also back there again, and it's going to be a handoff to Ori Forrest. Tough to bring down, leg driving forward. He reaches across the goal line. Are the referees going to give it to him? We're waiting the call.
That's a close play.
And it's going to be no good, says the refs. Didn't hear a whistle. The Hawks were playing through, but nothing there. Let's see what we have on the replay.
Well, they wrapped him up pretty quickly, and then he kept driving forward.
Ball was dislodged at some point.
Yeah, I think ball just didn't get across the goal line there. It looked like part of his body was across, but I imagine the ball was not across.
So the score remains 13-7 after a 4-yard touchdown run from Ori Forrest on the toss play.
Yeah, it's a good job by Waltham there to hold steady on that 2-point try. And if they can score before the end of the half, I mean, they'll probably kick the extra point. They could end up with a lead here before halftime with what is that, 3.5 minutes?
Yep, 3 minutes and 34 seconds left in this first half. Arlington does have a 13-7 lead on their home field.
We'll see how this kickoff goes. If we have another wind gust at the wrong time, that could change the field.
Nathan Carbon has his work cut out for him, so let's see what he does here. And it's going to be low line drive. It will make its way to the receiver, number 23, Ryan Benucci, and gets brought down at the 25-yard line.
That's a good tackle there, Emil Lemire with the tackle. So Waltham will have their work cut out for them.
They have the wind blowing to their backs, going from left to right on this field. Vergoen breaks the huddle. The backfield has Mendes in motion. Flanks him too, receives a handoff, and quickly wrapped up in the backfield by Drew Beck. That's going to be a tackle for loss on that play.
Well, Drew Beck, two-sport athlete, also plays hockey, one of the star players on the Spy Ponders hockey team that made it all the way to the semifinals last year. Gets across the line quickly.
You mentioned hockey. Arlington High School is one of the premier public schools in hockey in a very tough Middlesex League conference.
Key word there is public, of course.
Consistently good, year in, year out. Soccer team, also a really solid varsity sports team here in Arlington. We got a false start on the Hawks.
False start on Waltham.
So it's going to be a lot harder to pick up this first down after that 5-yard penalty. It's going to be 3rd and 20.
A loss of 5 yards. It is now 2nd and 20 for the Hawks at their own 15.
2nd and 20 from their own 15. Wind blowing to their backs.
Well, the nice thing is that they should be able to pass the ball here without hopefully worrying too much about the wind.
With this kind of wind, if they elect to punt, I could see it going 65 yards across field.
I could too, except the first 2 punts have not been very good.
Vergoen beats the pressure, gets some positive yards after that play. Looking for a bubble screen, nothing was there, and gets close to the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd and 11 or 12. Flag is thrown at the end of that play. We're going to see what the call is. Good job by Vergoen.
We'll see.
Going to be a dead ball foul on Arlington Spy Ponders, unsportsmanlike conduct. That might be an automatic first down for the Hawks.
That will be a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down for the Hawks.
15-yard penalty at the end of that play.
Boy, just undisciplined, and we talked about their struggles last year, and they just handed Waltham pretty good field position and a first down on what would have been a 3rd and long. Can't have that.
Ball now at the 38-yard line. Vergoen in the backfield. Looking to pass, tries to dump it down short to Mendes. Pass too low, it's going to fall incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, not a very pretty throw there. He had pressure pretty quickly, but that ball didn't look like it came out particularly clean and was thrown behind Mendes.
We're getting back into the huddle after receiving the call from the sideline. We are inside 2 minutes of this first half. There's 1 minute and 26 seconds left. Waltham looking to drive the ball downfield for another score and potentially an equalizer. An opportunity to take the lead. Dragon unleashes it deep, looking for number 18, Miguel Caseta. Nothing was there. Ball flown over everyone's head.
Yeah, overthrow there by Dragon.
Brings up 3rd and 10 with 1 minute and 19 seconds left in this first half.
We'll see. This is sort of an interesting position here. If you're Waltham, you're not really in 4-down territory, both in field position and in yardage. So we'll see what happens here on 3rd down. Arlington, I believe, still has 2 timeouts, so we'll see what happens here.
Mendez in motion, joins Dragon in the backfield. Gonna be another launch down deep, looking for number 13, Julius Janisi.
Dragon's pass is incomplete, intended for number 13, Julius Janisi.
Good coverage by the Spy Ponders. Not a clean throw by Dragon, so they're going to be 4th down. 4th and 10, and they're going to elect to punt here. Here's a look at the replay. Dragon launches it immediately. Mendez does have some separation.
Yeah, he had some separation. It was just a bad throw.
Too close to the middle of the field where the safety was.
We'll see. The first 2 punts by Dragon have not been great. But he does have the wind at his back.
Ball is up, almost blocked.
Much better punt.
Takes a roll in Waltham's favor, all the way to the 10-yard line, picked up by Tripozzi. Tries to elude 4 Hawks, and then runs out of bounds.
Well, a much better punt here. Now with just 59 seconds, I imagine maybe you run the ball, see if you can get anything, but just get to halftime here. You certainly don't want to punt the ball away here this deep in your territory, so I would not be surprised if they just hand the ball off and we go to halftime 13-7.
Flag on the field.
There are a couple flags on the field. We're going to wait to see what the call is from the head officiator who's going to speak with the Arlington head coach right now. Arlington head coach being Frank Aroche.
Holding on the kicking team, perhaps? We'll see.
Might be an illegal procedure called on the Hawks, so they're going to punt it again.
Oh boy.
Illegal motion on the Spy Ponder.
Illegal motion.
On the Hawks, rather, and it will be 4th down and 10.
Well, that's a big call, having it be before the punt. Now you're going to have to make him kick it all over again from deep in his own territory. We'll see if he can replicate the first punt. Boy, that really changes how this last minute plays out for the Spy Ponders.
Does it look at the previous punt as you see
Yeah,
wind playing a factor is there?
Can you do that again here if you're Dragon? All the way back near the 30.
Here's another punt up. Not as good as the first one. Gets suspended midair and gets its way near the Arlington 45-yard line. So good call by Frank Roche of accepting that penalty, and now he has a better field position.
Yeah, now with 50 seconds here in this field position, I'd imagine the Spy Ponders are going to try and go for something here. Again, you're going, you have to combat the wind here, but with the way your running game is gone, they should have 2 timeouts here, I believe. Be nice to put up something here, make this a 2-score game. You get the ball back after halftime too, so you really could put the clamps on Waltham here if you're able to get something.
Yep, both teams are left with 2 timeouts here in this first half. Ball at the Arlington 45-yard line, and it's going to be Shiano lining up in the shotgun with 2 receivers to both sides of the formation. He's dropping back, looking to pass. It's going to be a screen. Can't be caught by Ori Forrest.
Giano's pass is incomplete.
Yeah,
Intended for number
just a little
41,
bit
Ori
low.
Forrest.
It's one that Ole Forrest probably should come away with. They tried to set up the screen. I mean, you really want one explosive play here on this drive if you're gonna try and make something out of it. I'd imagine you run the ball here.
2nd and 10.
You don't
Ball
want
didn't go
these.
anywhere.
You don't want these plays to go too quickly. You don't want to give the ball back to Waltham. See if-
Giano breaking the huddle.
yeah, maybe you can chew a couple seconds off the clock here.
The post is in motion. It's going to be a toss play to Forrest. Has the gap momentarily. And then gets quickly closed up and brought down after a 3-yard gain on that play. 3rd and 7. Or 3rd and 8. The clock will continue to run. Neither team is going to call a timeout here. And the wind is blowing once again. Giano lining up in the backfield in the shotgun again. Play action to Forrest, rolls out to his right. It's going to be a screen to Forrest on the near side of the field. He has a lane, he has a couple blockers, but even better, he has speed and he takes it into the end zone all the way for another touchdown. That is his 2nd touchdown in this first half.
Well, they set up the screenplay, and there's really no world where that can happen if you're Waltham. You cannot give up a touchdown in that manner to end a half. But a really good job, had blockers in front. We know how much of a star Ori Forrest is. Gets the screen pass on what that will play action, goes right back to him. And Waltham just cannot wrap him up.
Arlington will attempt to 2-point conversion.
Arlington's going to line up for a 2-point conversion here, as right now they are sitting on a 19-7 lead.
A great run, some great camera work down by our handhelds.
Giano in the shotgun. It's going to be reversed to Drew Beck. Nothing there. Number 9 just holding on to dear life, and finally brought down was Drew Beck. So that's how this first half is going to end. After a 47-yard touchdown pass on a screenplay to Ori Forrest, making that his 2nd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, that's just a gut punch for Waltham. That really can't happen. You know, you have a chance to get out of this half with a 13-7 game. You're feeling pretty good even though you have to kick off. Now, all of a sudden, it's a 2-score game and you have to kick off. Arlington's going to have a chance to make it a 3-score game when we come back from halftime. But a really good first half by the Spy Ponders on both sides of the ball.
Riley said, Kai, and you and I are going to take your break here in the booths. So for our viewers, we will be back in just a few minutes. Please stay tuned and see you in the second half.
Quick shout out to Arlington ACMi for their broadcast of today's game. And you can watch all Arlington sports on YouTube at ACMi.
All right, welcome back into Pierce Field and this ACMi broadcast of Thanksgiving football between the Arlington High Spy Ponders and the Waltham Hawks. My name is Animo Osmani, and joining me is Kai Hare. And just a quick recap of the first half, if you're just joining us, Arlington struck first after a touchdown pass from Shiano to Alexi Tripozzi in a short curl play. And then Waltham responded immediately back the drive after with the 48-yard pass to Mendez on his slant when Arlington was in zero coverage. Couple plays later, teams traded possessions, and then Arlington struck twice in a row, both on the hands of Ori Forrest, senior captain of the Spy Ponders. First one being a 4-yard touchdown on a toss play. And then right before the half started, a 47-yard touchdown on a screen play, which got me fooled. It was a play action to the right, and then ball made its way back into the hands of Ori Forrest. Kai, any last or any thoughts from the first half and what you're looking forward to in the second half?
Well, for the Spy Ponders, it really was success on both sides of the field. Obviously, defensively, able to keep Waltham to only 7 points, and then offensively, the run game was really good, and when the passing game needed to step up, they were really good. And for Waltham, sort of a gut punch at the end of that second quarter there, giving up the screen pass on what really was going to be the last play of the quarter. I mean, there was really no world where that wasn't going to be the last play. And now they have to kick off to Arlington. For Arlington, you're looking at trying to make this a 3-score game, which would probably in all likelihood put this game away. So for Waltham, we'll see what they have defensively, but for Arlington, a really good first half, and you'd like to see much of the same second half.
The score is currently 19-7. Arlington with the lead. They had 2 failed 2-point conversion attempts, and that's why it is 19-7. The Spy Ponders are taking the field right now, but we thank you from ACMi for tuning into the Thanksgiving Turkey Bowl broadcast on a chilly, breezy day. The wind definitely a factor in this game. I'm nice and comfortable here in this booth, but shout out to everyone that's braving this weather to support the Spy Ponders and the Hawks as well. Waltham fans made the trip from their city into Pierce Field, and in just a couple of seconds, we will be starting off a second half action. So keep staying tuned in. And also a big shout out to Dunkin' Donuts on Summer Street for providing this ACMi crew with a nice donated meal of munchkins and hot chocolate. Shout out from ACMi. And before we get this game started, just a reminder, ACMi is a nonprofit organization. We're located at 85 Park Avenue. And if you want to be part of this star-studded cast, as you see, has 2 our volunteers out there delivering this action, we encourage you to become a member at ACMi. We teach you everything from the ground up, including that woman you see in the camera right now, youth coordinator Yasmina, taking the group of Arlington High schoolers into ACMi. And
today it might be a lot of college freshmen.
running this entire operation today. So thanks to the ACMi volunteers for sacrificing their Thursday morning, putting in the work, getting all these cables, cameras, this intricate pro-grade setup to deliver you some live football action.
Yes, and now we get to kick out our cameraman who gets to go back into the cold with only a sweatshirt on.
And ACMi veteran for 4 years. He joined his freshman year. He's now a freshman at Cornell University, delivering you the shot from the booth. Second half action starting right now with Waltham kicking it off. It's going to be a low line drive, and it's going to be picked up by the mid-back, quickly corralled, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Spy Ponders at their 26-yard line.
Yeah, that's one, on the kickoff, you kick it to him. He's probably not super used. He's not their main returner, so just good job to make sure you get that football securely. Make sure you are able to start off with, relative okay field position for the Spy Ponders here, who are looking to make this a 3-score game.
Talking about the weather, you can see some of the wind blowing through the way the sleeve on that jersey player is waving. It is 46 degrees,
and
but
maybe
the
our
wind gust.
Camera has been picked up by the wind as well.
It's insane. It's going to be a handoff to Ori Forrest, but it's going to be tackled from behind the line of scrimmage for a loss on that play.
Yeah, we'll see what Waltham, what adjustments they made during halftime here. I imagine the big one being trying to stop the run. I think that's the main one you have to look at, and obviously the passes as well. But you really have to start with the run and just hope that you can take away, make them more one-dimensional here. Make the Spy Ponders a more one-dimensional offensive team here.
2nd and 11. Play action. Shiano looking deep to the post. Has a man. Makes a connection to Grande. Trying to outrun the defender. And there's no chance he makes it into the end zone on the second play of the second half for his first touchdown of the game. That's Matt Grande, sophomore, for the Spy Ponders.
Oh, well, we were just talking about what adjustments they made, and Waltham probably sort of selling out here for the run. The last thing they expected was a deep post and a perfect throw by Joey Shiano and a catch made by Matt Grande. So it will be a 3 possession lead.
And now Spy Ponders are going to line up for an extra point attempt with the wind blowing to their back. Kicking off for the Spy Ponders for this extra point attempt is Nathan Carmen, sophomore kicker. Snap is low and blocked after a low kick. Kick is no good.
Kick is blocked.
So
with 11:05 left in the third quarter.
Low snap, not a clean hold by Shiano. Kick was coming, and it came low.
So 25-7 now, and if my math does me well, that's an 18-point Ponder lead. So 3 possession lead for the Ponders. Waltham is probably going to have to pretty much score from here on out if they want to have any chance of getting back into this game.
My math is correct. I think that was a 74-yard touchdown pass from Shiano to Matt Grande. So quick strike. First touchdown made within the first minute of this second half for the Spy Ponders. So let's see how the Waltham Hawks will respond. Good kickoff, bounces off into Mendez. He's going to pick it up, work the sideline, tries to cut it upfield, and gets brought down from underneath him at the 20-yard line.
Well, good special teams coverage by the Spy Ponders. They've been quite good at special teams coverage so far in this one. Good job not to let Mendez, who already has a big play for the Hawks today, get any type of big play here on the kickoff. And now the Hawks are going to have to drive down 80 yards if they want to put up points on the board. And they're now going into sort of the dreaded wind wall.
Gust.
Yeah.
Wind wall, we'll call it that. Here's Dragon, 2x2 look in the shotgun. Going to be a handoff. It's going to be play action down the middle. Nobody there. Overthrows everybody. Going to fall incomplete.
Yeah, for high. I think he had a man. Just a high throw.
Ball didn't come out cleanly from his hand.
Yeah. Oh, a bit of a risky throw there, actually. Would have maybe had a hard time completing that pass regardless, but overthrows his target.
Look at that. Fast. Now the stands are getting full. The crowd still continue to file into Pierce Field.
It just took a little bit to wake up, you know.
Yep, you know, it is a day off from work and school. Going to be a handoff to Wes O'Connor. Breaks the first wave of defenders and quickly brought down from behind. Good pursuit by that interior defense of the Spy Ponders. Pressure right off the point of handoff, but there was
Beckenhuis.
Big number 54, Brady Beckenhuis, right there to blow everything up.
3rd and 9 for the Hawks.
Well, this is an interesting situation here. If you're the Hawks, you really need to continue this drive. And I would imagine if you pick up anything more than maybe 6 yards here, you're probably looking at maybe going for it, even deep in your own territory. You need something here.
3rd and 10. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers to the top of the formation. Get a quick whistle from a referee, and it's going to be a timeout by the Spy Ponders.
Timeout called by Arlington.
The first charged timeout of the second half.
Yeah, and with the way that the punting has gone for Waltham, I mean, the one good punt was called back. Now you're going into the wind wall, as we've seen already. Only about a 10-yard punt from the Spy Ponders going this direction. You're deep in your own territory. I mean, a punt here might not make a huge difference. I would imagine that unless you really get nothing on this play, you have to consider going for it. I mean, you're sort of at the point where, what does 30 yards even in a best case scenario punting the ball really do for you?
But it was Arlington who faltered first, calling the timeout here in 3rd and 10 with the ball on the Waltham 21-yard line. So let's see what Waltham could do after this timeout. Whistle Connor in the backfield alongside Dragone, excuse me. Arlington stacks up the box, looking to blitz, and they do blitz, bring out pressure. Dragone gets it off quickly and overthrows Mendez, who's running the short out.
Dragone's pass is incomplete. It is now 4th down and 9 for the Hawks.
Yeah, just having a hard time throwing the ball here if you're Dragone.
Get some hand warmers. Extra strength.
Waltham over there, they have the big trench coats on the sideline. Arlington does not have that pleasure.
Number 8, Dragone on to punt for
So
Waltham.
Dragone stays on the field, but this time to punt for the Hawks. Back to receive is Alexi Chapotzis.
See if the wind wall kicks up at the right time here for the Spy Ponders. Oh boy.
Ball travels a short 15 yards from the point of kick.
7-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Arlington.
So Arlington will be taking over in Waltham territory.
It's a rough day.
37-yard line.
Yeah, it's a rough day for punting. Arlington again with really good field position here. Let's see, I'm trying to do some quick math here, which is not my strong suit. But if they put up 6, we're looking at a 24-point lead. They've had trouble with the extra points. So you could keep it a 3-possession game even if you give up a score, but you'd really like to get off the field as quickly as you can here and get the offense back out if you're Waltham.
So here comes Arlington, second drive of this second half. Looks like a bit of a wildcat or Forrest with a direct snap in the shotgun. The play goes nowhere. It actually goes 3 yards.
Yeah, interesting there with Forrest taking the snap. Gets a small gain.
Actually a 2-yard gain, so it's going to be 2nd and 8. Might have some of the same formation here. Forrest in the backfield. Hands it off to his fellow running back, Cedric Daniel, who has a sideline and definitely has the first down. What a run by Cedric Daniel.
Yeah, really nice run there out to the right. Sort of a fun design play there on Wildcat. You assumed Forrest would just run right up the middle again. And instead, he hands it off to Cedric Daniels, who's on that sweep. As the Spy Ponders continue to pick up offense here.
Same formation once again. Forrest going the other way. puts his chest on a defender, stays upright, and it's going to be stalemate. Whistle blows after a couple-yard gain.
Well, I think Shiano is coming back onto the field after this one, as
we got a scuffle.
Some extracurriculars going on here. I already see some flags. I see the coach involved trying to pull guys away. Well, we've had a little bit of everything here today.
Good old Thanksgiving football.
Well, I could only imagine if it was Arlington and Arlington Catholic like it used to be. Those games always had packed stands and was one of the big feature games for both teams. Now it's a little bit different.
Speaking of Arlington Catholic, they did meet up at the first game of the season. Arlington High School won that matchup 30-0.
Yeah, and that's sort of why that game maybe doesn't happen anymore. Arlington moving up a division from Arlington Catholic.
And they used to be a regular Thanksgiving opponent.
Yes, and I am
switched to Waltham.
Yeah, and I am sort of old enough to remember those games to some degree and how big it was, how much the community loved going to those games. But these days, Arlington may be a little more competitive than Arlington Catholic.
Referee still sorting out the situation after the unfortunate scuffle between a couple of players.
Yeah, both teams really going at it. Both coaches had to get involved. It's going to go against Waltham, it looks like. I'm hearing the word ejection. I don't know if that is.
No, that was from the fans on this.
Okay, so because we're picking up audio from sort of all over the place here.
All right, here's the official call on sportsmanlike conduct on Arlington and Waltham. Up 2 on Arlington. 3 on Arlington. One on Waltham.
Where the ball is.
Well, we don't have a microphone on the referee.
I think they're still figuring it out. I don't know if this ball is going to move because I think both sides got so into it.
An ejection has been made.
Sportsmanlike conduct call against Arlington.
Don't know who the ejection was made on, but great job by the referees who sort out the situation, assess the appropriate penalties.
So,
and you know,
is this ball moving backwards?
Foul on Waltham.
I mean, it's interesting because originally one of the referees started, marking paces towards the end zone. So originally my first thought was that Waltham might have been the guilty party here.
If my math is correct, 2 unsportsmanlike conducts on one side and 1 unsportsmanlike conduct on the other, they technically cancel out at all times.
Yeah.
Therefore, the ball just might.
So I wonder if the ball is just
down.
gonna stay here and we'll redo it. And it's after the play, so it should just stay there.
Referee's still figuring it out. We have 1 referee on the ball.
Well, what better way to spend Thanksgiving than high school football in the morning, getting stuffed in the early afternoon, and 3 NFL games later on today.
Who we got playing today, Kai?
Let's see. We got the Cowboys and Chiefs. I think they're at 4:15. I think the Ravens play today. I'm trying to think about who's on my fantasy team and who I actually care about here. And then do we have the Lions and the Packers later on today?
They're first up in the lineup. Green Bay versus Detroit.
That's going to be a good game. The annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit. That's always a big one, especially now that the Packers are good, as we're moving back
a lot.
So
So 3 unsportsmanlike conducts on Arlington, and they're all being assessed here.
Did we just move back like 30 yards?
So it'll be second and
I think they're.
maybe impossible, but we'll find out. We already have we have 2 plays going above 40 yards
3
this game.
unsportsmanlike conduct fouls against Arlington, 1 personal foul against Waltham. It'll be second down and
We'll let the PA do the math here for us.
Oh, yeah.
But
second and 47.
second and 47. But that's exactly how long that screenplay went to OB Forest in the first half.
Yeah.
So I want to say second impossible, but second and tough.
Yeah, I mean, they only backed up about 45 yards. Well, that's a new one. I didn't know they were all going to be, I mean, I guess they're just added.
Yeah, they added it up.
Yeah, they added up. Well,
Now
they're
in the-
better at math than I am.
Now in the backfield, alongside Shiano, we have a first look at Damian Prescott, Jr., running back.
Junior here.
Quick substitution for the Arlington High offense, and we'll be back into play. Football action resumes. Shiano in the shotgun. Right, referees? Just updating their infield notes before the game can continue. All referees have to be on the same page, comparing their notes. But you know who's keeping things jolly here in Piercefield? The cheerleaders. Right on cue.
Well, it's only took about 5 minutes now to get a second and 47 play called.
You know what? Run Hail Marys. Well,
Yeah.
we'll see what the Spy Ponders draw up here.
Well, you know, maybe you just try and get a couple yards here and set up a punt that would, you know, place Waltham deep in there. Well, here we
Gianna
go.
looking deep to Drew Beck, and just a little bit overthrown. Good thinking there.
Pass is incomplete, intended for number
It's going to
87,
be
Drew
an
Beck.
incomplete pass. 3rd and 47.
Yeah, Ryan Ranucci with the good coverage there.
Just a bit overthrown for the exceptionally tall Drew Beck.
Yeah. So, it's just 3rd and 47 here.
Just a regular football situation for
Yeah.
the Spy Ponders. Here's Shiano in the shotgun again. And it'll be a keeper by Shiano. Cuts up field. Picks up a good block and picks up a good
Number 15
10
goes
yards
beyond the ball carrier. That's
plus
6 to 10
on
yards.
that play.
Well, the option play, and he elects to keep it. I think it was the right decision, and now you just hope that you can pin Waltham deep in their own territory here. You know, if you could pin them inside the 10, that would be pretty good.
Number 87, Drew Beck, back to punt for the Spy Ponders.
Waltham's going to come after
Number
him here.
3, Bobby Mendez waiting for Waltham.
They're in max protect, Arlington is.
4th and 37. Grande in motion. Good pressure, but Beck gets it into the end zone, so that's going to be a touchback. Good field position for the Hawks.
That is a touchback.
Yeah, a little unfortunate there with the touchback.
Waltham will
They had a really good
begin
chance
on their
to
own 20-yard line. First and
put him inside the 20. But Waltham still has 80 yards to go here, and time is of the essence in this 3-score game.
Speaking of time being of the essence, Kyle, what kind of food do you have waiting at home?
Well, all the Thanksgiving classics, turkey, potatoes, stuffing, gravy. to be honest, mostly what I'm looking forward to is the potatoes and gravy.
I love all of that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, turkey is not my forte necessarily, but
Well, when it's once a year, I'll bite into it, no matter how dry or how juicy. Here's a nice connection from Dragon to Julius Janice on that slant.
Pass is complete.
science worked well for Waltham. That's a good job there to
That's good for a first down.
pick up a first down and get this offense moving.
38.
Quick release there, empty throwing lane, and good connection. First down in the second half. Ball now at the Waltham 38-yard line.
Arlington certainly in the Thanksgiving spirit after that turkey toss win.
Going to be a handoff to number 5. His first carry, Jake Racine. Find some room to pick up 9 yards on that play.
Yeah, good run there.
Jake Racine, a freshman.
That's good for 9 yards. It'll be 2nd and 1.
Good job finding a gap sort of on that second effort. And close to a first down, close to midfield here.
2nd and 1. Waltham in the shotgun. And another handoff to the freshman up the middle, but there's nothing there. Gets stuffed immediately at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that play.
Number 5, Jake Racine, the ball carrier.
So 2 straight carries for the freshman, Jake Racine.
3rd down and 1 for the Hawks.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Well, 4 down territory here. I'd imagine Arlington's going to bring some sort of pressure, so probably try and have to get this ball out quickly if you're Waltham.
Dragon taking the snap, pressured up the middle immediately. That might have to do something with the incomplete pass there. So it's going to be 4th and 1. Arlington being blitz heavy in this game.
Yeah, trying to get Mendez on the slant there. 4th and 1. Of course, they're going to go for it here.
It'll be their first attempt on a 4th down conversion this game.
What do you do here? You reckon you try and run it and get just a yard?
You know, I would go with the screenplay.
I like that call. You'd have to imagine again. I mean, Arlington's going to, I'd hope they'd come after Waltham here. Certainly expecting some sort of quick play here.
And it's going to be a quick connection on the slant. Julius Janice breaks free and breaks into the end zone for the Hawks' 2nd touchdown of the game on a 4th down conversion.
Well, 2 explosive touchdowns for Waltham. Both of similar yardage here as we get our replay here.
There it is, man coverage, and Julius beats his man.
Yeah, did a great job to be his man, stay on his feet. That's a great shot there on the replay.
Waltham to attempt a 2-point conversion.
Waltham's going to line up for a 2-point conversion attempt here. It's going to be their first attempt.
Yeah, I don't think you want to kick it down on this side.
Mendez in motion. Dragon goes the other way, looking for the touchdown receiving player. Tight coverage, so the pass will be incomplete. Score is now 13-25, Arlington with the lead.
So Waltham with the big play, they get themselves back into this game. They're going to need another few stops here on defense, but certainly a good job. Just when it looked like Arlington would maybe put the game to bed, about 40 yards of penalties cost them. And Waltham comes back the other way. with an 80-yard drive to make this a two-score game again.
Number 24, Jack Bowman to kick off for Waltham. Number 9, Cedric Daniel. Number 11,
Jack Bowman to kick off for
Arlington to receive.
For Waltham. Number 24, freshman kicker for the Hawks. A lot of freshmen on this Hawks varsity squad.
Well, it does seem like they're going for a little bit of a retool here as kickoff.
Another low kick, and it'll be received by number 40 for the Spy Ponders.
Yeah, I mean that's the second.
Roberts Wells.
I mean that's the second time he's had to jump on the kickoff. A young team here for Waltham. I think they're in a bit of a retool period. 2-8 on the season.
A lot of underclassmen that makes up this varsity roster on Waltham. Giano back on the field to lead his offense, starting from his 29-yard line. Ori Forrest flanking him, and it'll be him receiving the handoff off tackle. No room there, but powers through for a few yard gains. That's going to be a gain of 3 yards, 2nd and 7.
Well, what can you do here if you're Waltham? Can you get a big stop and get the ball back in the hands of your offense?
Giano not going under center. Forrest in the backfield. It's going to be a toss play to Forrest. He does have the sideline. Good blocking too. And then trucks a man out of bounds. Picks up 15 yards on that run.
Yeah, good toss back and able to find some space there on the sideline to get close to midfield.
Ball now at the 45-yard line for Arlington. That was a good play call because no one was on that side of the field for Waltham.
And absolutely, and as the clock keeps winding down, that becomes the other issue for Waltham is how many more drives you're going to have.
Quickly approaching inside 2 minutes of the third quarter. Shiano in the I formation, twins down low. It's going to be a dive play for Forrest.
Number 41, Ori Forrest, the ball
And he picks
carry.
up 4 yards on that carry.
Good for 3 yards. It'll be 2nd down for the Spy Ponders.
3 yards, excuse me.
Well, Waltham, of course, needs to stop. The good news is once this quarter is over, they're going to get to drive from left to right, which has been, generally speaking, the preferred side this game to attack because the wind is at your back.
Giano in the I formation again. Not going to be Forrest who's receiving it. That's number 8, Damian Prescott. Fumbles the ball.
Number 8, Damian Prescott, the ball carrier.
And ball's going to stay with Arlington. Heads up play by Brock
Fumble on the play.
Brady
Recovered by
Beckenhouse.
Arlington.
Yeah, well, to give the ball to Prescott, he does a nice job finding a hole, finding a lane, and getting the first down.
1st and 10 for the Spy Ponders.
Waltham forced the fumble. They weren't able to get it. Boy, that would have been one they would like to have gotten. As we wind our way down inside a minute of the third quarter here. That would have really changed the way this game has gone if Waltham could have gotten a turnover.
And we have a penalty here on the snap.
It looked like Arlington might have been guilty on this one. Offside.
Ball start.
It'll be a 5-yard penalty.
First and 15.
Still first down. First and 15.
You know, the weather report has the wind speed at 13 miles per hour, but the way we've seen it and how we felt it, that's got to be a lie.
Yeah, that wind wall certainly has had its impact.
We got a good view of the trees in the background to give you a quick reference, but occasionally we'll just accelerate in speed. We got another pre-snap whistle by the referees here.
End of the third quarter.
Actually, that was going to be the whistle to end the third quarter.
Waltham 13.
But as we enter the final quarter of this Turkey Bowl, Arlington has a 25-13 lead over the visiting Waltham Hawks.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Hopefully Arlington can close it out here in the last 12 minutes. They've done a good job so far. Can they continue to
winning number for the 50-50 raffle.
pour it on here, and can they stop the explosive plays by Waltham?
The winning ticket number is 557165.
Sorry, I just had to listen to the winning ticket number.
Did you participate in the 50-50 raffle?
I did not participate in the 50-50 raffle that the Arlington High cheerleaders were holding.
Yeah, I'd imagine that most people watching this game probably aren't participating in that either, but still fun to listen to the winning number.
But you know, if you find yourself in Pierce Field next year, always consider purchasing a raffle ticket because our proceeds support the cheerleading program at Arlington High School or some other worthy cause.
Absolutely.
You'll never know what you'll win on Pierce Field. All bundled up in the stands in this chilly 40-degree day.
Did our mascot dip?
Yeah, I haven't seen him in the second half yet. Shiano under pressure, tucks the ball, looking for the end zone, tries to make something out of something, and makes it back to the line of scrimmage after running for his life.
As Andy Agostino, I believe, on the tackle. Really good job. That's a tough play if you're the line to chase down the quarterback and get the angle.
Good chase down.
Yeah, that is a really good play by Agostino there for Waltham. That's not easy to do.
So it's 2nd and 15 for Shiano. Lining up with the I formation, Forrest in the backfield. We'll see is a toss to the near side of the field. Not much real estate there. Forrest does pick up 2 yards on that play. It'll be 3rd and 13. Yeah, there's just nothing there on that near side of the field for Forrest. So now Shiano, another 3rd and long situation.
Yeah.
The previous situation was 3rd and 37.
Big chance for a stop here if you're Waltham, and especially if Arlington punting into the wind here.
10 minutes and 31 seconds left in this final quarter of this Turkey Bowl matchup. Shiano draws back in the pocket. Looking for Forrest on the wheel route, but the pressure and the coverage was there, forcing a 4th and 13 for the Spy Ponders, and they're going to elect to punt.
Yeah, well, Waltham sticking around. They're not ready to go home without a fight. Able to get off the field again, get the offense back onto the field, or I guess switch positions.
Number 87 pulled back on to punt for the Spy Ponders. Number 3, Bobby Mendez.
Beck's last punt went about 9 yards. The wind knocked it down.
Punting into the wind once again. A little bit more tame at this time. Pressure, Drew Beckett, and Tuckett gets the stiff arm off. Evades a couple other tacklers, but couldn't make much off of it. And so the Hawks are going to take over at the 41-yard line. Good job to tuck it and run and protect the ball, limit the damage, trying to make something.
Yeah, well, he was pressured immediately. I don't think that was a designed fake. I think that pressure came so quickly. He said, I can't punt this ball. It's going to be blocked. But for Waltham now, really good field position. This is their shot to get right back into it.
Down by 2 scores here. There's 10 minutes and 5 seconds left in this game.
Yeah, I mean, Waltham's going to have to start moving. You'd expect maybe some hurry up here. Still time, but.
Mendon's in motion, and we're going to get a pre-snap whistle blown by the referees. It's going to be timeout on Arlington. That's their second charge timeout.
Timeout Arlington. That is their second timeout of the second half.
So they do have a 2-score lead, but they're down with 1 timeout in the game. Waltham still has all 3. 10 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Kyle, what are your thoughts?
Well, for Arlington, it's about stopping the explosive plays. Those have really been the killer. I mean, Waltham really hasn't done a very good job truly driving downfield in sort of a methodical way. A lot of their help has been on penalties and the explosive plays. They're sort of in that field position where it could take all but one slant pass to find the Hawks into the end zone. Can you just limit the explosive plays? Make them run some clock, try and get a stop. I mean, it's going to be 4-down territory from here on out for Waltham. So for Arlington, it's really about just stopping the explosive plays. And if you can get off the field, that's even better. But, you know, you really don't want to see another slant pass go for 50 yards here.
You're right. Both touchdown plays for the Hawks were of yardage of above 40 yards on quick slant plays. Dragon is going to tuck it down, changes my last second, ball tipped up and intercepted by Trapozzi, reverses field and gets brought down at the 40-yard line. Dragon looking for Julius Janisi.
Well, that's the last thing you want to do if you're Waltham, and it looked like it might work. It looked like it was, you know, he had his man on that play action. Ball got tipped. A little bit unlucky if you're Waltham there, but for Arlington, that's a huge takeaway. That's even more time that's going to come off this clock. And they're in good field position to make something happen. Get the dagger.
Giano in the shotgun. It's going to be a sweep handoff to Cedric Daniels, who has the sideline, has the speed, has an open lane. Can he be tracked down? He gets pushed out of bounds after a healthy gain. That was J.J. Wilder, the freshman, the last line of defense to push Cedric Daniels out of bounds, limit the damage.
Well, that was a great job. We'll see where they spot him.
Was there a flag thrown at some point? Couldn't see.
There is a flag on the far side of the field. And it will go against Arlington, it looks like.
It'll be a holding penalty.
Probably a holding penalty. Boy, those sweep plays have worked well, though, for Arlington.
That was a great movement in the backfield to fake that handoff to Forrest. Cedric Daniels took it on the sweep play.
10 for the Spy Ponders at their 40-yard line.
Ball pushed back to the original line of scrimmage. Block did happen near the first down marker. First and 10 at the 40-yard line. Cedric in motion again, but this time it will be a handoff to Forrest. Slices his way up for a gain of 2 yards. Second and 8.
It'll be 2nd and 7 for Arlington.
Well, good job there by Waltham. Not to allow him to get too much, but at some point you need sort of that game-breaking play defensively. They really just haven't had it. I mean, sort of the most significant thing that's happened in terms of getting off the field for them was those 40 yards of penalties.
Another handout to Forrest. This time he's got some blockers. He has a lane up the middle. He finds his way, slices it, and gets brought down from behind by Bobby Mendez.
Well, can't say enough good things about how Ori Forrest has played today. He really has been the standout for the Spy Ponders today. We knew that he was going to be a star last year. There were all the flashes, and this year really breaking out. And for the Spy Ponders, that's all it took to get inside the red zone.
That was a run of 22 yards. And now here he is with a handoff again, right up the middle. Hard to bring down, and fights his way for a first down after a 12-yard gain.
Well, just continuing to push forward, keep his legs churning.
That is a first down for Arlington. It will be first and goal on the Waltham 8.
First and goal at the 8, and a chance to put the dagger to Waltham on this one. Score here, and you should be able to go home and have a happy Thanksgiving.
On the shotgun again. Toss to Forrest. Doesn't have the outside. Gets brought down by Bobby Mendez.
Yeah, good job there by Mendez to just sort of trip up Forrest on that toss to the left. It just kind of fell over, actually. And Forrest just ran over him and fell over.
Mendez, one of the top playmakers for the Hawks in today's game.
Yeah, he certainly has impact on the offensive side.
Now second and goal from the 5-yard line. Wind is picking up once again, and we get a whistle. That's going to be Arlington's final timeout.
Timeout Arlington. That was their third and final timeout of the second half.
So no more timeouts left for Arlington, as they do have a healthy 25-13 lead, threatening to score once again with 6 minutes and 30 seconds left in this game. Waltham, on the other hand, does have all 3 of their timeouts and looking to make a defensive stand in their own goal line.
Well, I think it was this year Arlington got the new football jerseys. Definitely different than last year, and I have to say I like them a lot. I think they look a lot better than the ones they had last year, the sort of the silver helmets as opposed to the dark gray ones they had in years past.
A lot more color.
Yeah, it's a sharper looking uniform for a sharper team.
Take a look at one of that decked out helmets, right on cue. The official Arlington Spy Ponder logo on those helmets.
Yeah, they don't have them on these. That would be cool to have. There's stickers on all the helmets.
Speed option to Forrester, who receives a pitch. Nothing there. Waltham all over that. Loss of 1 yard.
Shiano might have waited just a little too long to flip that ball out, though there was really no good option there. Waltham immediately read it. Credit to them. And it's going to be interesting here. If Waltham gets a stop, do you try and kick a field goal? Do you go for it? What do you do here? You are going into the dreaded wind wall.
That occasionally disappears and then reappears.
Yeah.
You don't want it the most.
But it would make it a...
Gianna looking to pass. Has the inside slant. Too hot to handle. Too low. Looking for Matt Grande. That's going to be an incomplete pass. And that's going to bring up 4th down.
Brings up 4th down and goal for the Spy Ponders.
For the Spy Ponders.
Well, we'll see what they do. It's a 12-point lead. Indication is that they're going to go for it as opposed to kick the field goal.
I don't know if you noticed, but the wind blew the ball away from the referee, and it's kind of...
Yeah, not the day to probably kick a field goal if you're not willing to take the extra points.
That is why he is now standing over the ball. This is not 13-mile-per-hour wind, Kai. Giano in the shotgun, 3 receivers to the bottom of the field. He'll look the other way, one-on-one coverage, looking for Alexei Trapotsis. And ball too high and far is going to be a turnover on downs.
Yeah, good coverage there. Tried to throw that fade sort of over the defender.
Devin Harris.
Good job there by Harris, though. With 5:40, this is make or break time for Waltham. They still have their timeouts, but they have to get in the end zone. They have to get in the end zone quickly here.
They're taking over the ball in their own 6-yard line.
All of a sudden, I can read the scoreboard from here.
Looks like there's some increased cloud coverage. And hey, Kai, have you noticed the American flag on that far corner of the field? You can see it blowing really hard.
Yeah, absolutely. The more of it you can see, the more the wind there is, as that pass is deflected.
Burgo looking for Julius Janice, who had a 40-plus yard touchdown earlier in this second half. Again, Dragon looking for that quick slant. So 2nd and 10 from their own 6-yard line. Dragon back in the shotgun again. Arlington showing pressure up the middle. They do bring the pressure. Dragoni takes it out immediately to Mendez, gets bumped, stays on his feet, and then finally brought down close to the first down markers, but not necessarily the first down marker.
Well,
3rd and 3.
Good old gain there, set up 3rd and short. As we approach 5 minutes here, you got to keep pushing.
3 receivers to the bottom of the formation now. One-on-one coverage up top. Safety help. Dragon steps up in the pocket looking for some breathing room and then gets sacked. That's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, this is the game right here.
4th and 3.
Only need a few here, but
And Waltham's going to call their first timeout this 4th quarter.
yeah, this is one where you need to
That'll be their first timeout of the second half.
really come together and draw up the perfect play here. For Arlington, I would expect a little bit of pressure here, try and force him to get the ball out quickly.
Waltham is nicely bundled up on their sidelines. Not jealous. So we have a full 60-second timeout taken by Waltham, their first in this 4th quarter. If you're just joining us, we thank you for tuning in to ACMi Sports' broadcast of our usual Turkey Bowl tradition. Last year was played at Waltham. And we're back here in Pierce Field for another edition of Arlington versus Waltham. Out of the huddle, here's the game, 4th and short for the Hawks. We have Mendez in motion. Dragon with the handoff up the middle. Gutsy call. Can he power through for the first down? He gets it right at the first down marker. He needed 3 yards and got how much, Kai?
3 yards.
The drive and the game continues for Waltham.
Well, keep going here. There's still not a lot of urgency.
Russ O'Connor lunges himself forward after initial contact in the backfield. Good job by Wes.
I know you need to bring the play in from the sideline, but
Mendes in motion again. Dragon looking to the sideline, had the receiver and just a bit overthrown, looking for Julius Janice.
Yeah, good coverage there. You'd have to imagine from here on out, Waltham's probably going to have to throw the ball on most plays as they look to try and get a big play there. It's good coverage. That was Matt Grande, who already has a touchdown on the other side for the Spy Ponders.
Play that went for 70 yards, around 70 yards, not the exact number.
2nd and 10 for the Hawks.
2nd and 10. Receivers on the bottom.
More are coming.
Ball batted in the air by number 52, Emile Lemire.
Yeah, Lemire off the edge there. They brought pressure and really no time there to make any sort of pass if you're going.
Third and 10 for the Hawks, and I think if you recall from what I said earlier in the broadcast, every down counts, every play counts, and you know we do get a lot of unforgettable moments in games like this. Here's a good look at the line of scrimmage there. 3rd and 10, Dragon in the backfield. Pressure on the sides, sidesteps, looks down the middle, and overthrows everyone, looking for number 23, Ryan Benucci, but Alexi Traposis was in coverage.
Well,
Could be 4th and 10.
again, immediate pressure. Did a good job here even to try and just avoid the sack and try and get something. Overthrew his man downfield. 4th and 10 now. They're going to have to go to the air and pick up 10. What do you have deep in your playbook here? What kind of play do you have where maybe you can get it out quickly? You'd have to imagine, I mean, the Spy Ponders have brought pressure this entire drive. You'd have to imagine they're going to bring it again here.
So here is the game for the Hawks. 3 minutes and 45 seconds left. Man in motion, 4th and 10 in their own territory. Dragon draws back, looking for a receiver on the far side of the field. Nothing there. And that's going to be a turnover on downs.
Well,
Arlington will take over on down.
not even that close. Really overthrew him by quite a bit. And I think he had a step too.
And the wind might have something to do with the play there. You also still see the flag waving.
But should at this point now, with just 3.5 minutes, just run the ball and put this game to bed.
There's a look at the wind. Thank you. Now you guys know what we were talking about. We were not exaggerating. Giano in the shotgun. And it's going to be handoff to Forrest right up the middle and quickly swallowed up. Loss of 1 yard. No timeouts for Arlington, but they're going to continue running the ball. Waltham still has 2 timeouts.
Yeah. We'll see if Waltham likes to use them here. At this point, this game is just about done and dusted, barring some sort of crazy shift of events. I'd imagine they're going to just run this ball 3 more times and see where the clock takes them.
Forrest has room off tackle to the left, gets tripped up by number 7, Devin Harris. Forrest brings it up close to the first down marker, gain of 11 yards. It will be 3rd and 1. And I think Waltham just called a timeout. So 3rd and 1, Waltham with the timeout. They'll be left with 1 in this game.
Well, Waltham, you'd have to imagine, bring just about everyone here.
And you know, regardless of the scoreline, there is a strong competitive spirit on that field from both sides of the team. We love to see this all-out Turkey Bowl battle on the field.
Yeah, absolutely. Waltham kept it close. They just had one or two explosive plays go against them, but certainly competed here today. And for the Spy Ponders, a great way to wrap up your season and get a early happy start to Thanksgiving here. If you're one of the players here, this will sort of cancel out the Thanksgiving feast. They've done a lot of running.
You know, everyone is going home hungry today. At the end of this game. So here it is, 3rd and short. Shiano under center. Grande in motion, going all the way across. It's going to be a toss play to number 8, his second carry. That is Damian Prescott, who won't pick up any gain on that play. 4th and 1. Good defense by the Hawks. That was number 77, Cam Eden, coming off the line and making that chase down tackle.
The timeout for Waltham. That is their final timeout of the second half.
Final timeout taken by Waltham with 2 minutes and 25 seconds left here in this 4th quarter. They do have to make a stop right now if they want to get back on offense.
Well, for Arlington, I would imagine maybe you just hand this ball off one more time and see if you can pick something up here. Get the 2 yards you need. Yeah, Forrest is coming back out. I'm sure if you're Waltham, you're selling out for the run here. So maybe, maybe if you're Arlington, you want to do a little play action. Get creative, maybe do some sort of reverse play here. Counter, something to, maybe that's not just a direct run up the middle, but.
You know what, I want a double reverse flea flicker for the end zone.
Oh, yeah. Maybe have a little fun with it here if you're Arlington.
2 receivers bunched up. Grande in motion is going to be a handoff to Forrest. He gets met at the line of scrimmage. Can he stay upright and drive the ball forward? But it's going to be Waltham with the willpower to make the stop. It's going to be a turnover on downs.
Well, a good job by Waltham.
Battle of willpower in that play. Waltham takes over with 2 minutes and 15 seconds left in this game.
Yeah, and if you're Waltham, I mean, at this point, I think this game it's pretty unlikely that they're going to get a chance to even tie the game here. But
we'll see.
Have fun on this drive. We'll have fun on this drive. I mean, for many, it might be their last game. And finish it off on a positive note here if you're Waltham.
Dragone and O'Connor in the backfield. Dragone has some pressure, can't get the ball off, and gets sacked close to the end zone.
That might be a safety.
Short from the end zone. Ball going to be spotted at the 1 yard line.
Boy, that was close.
Here's a look at the replay. Couldn't get the ball out, pump faked.
Yeah.
And then gets wrapped up by those big defensive linemen of the Spy Ponders. Dragone looks to be a little injured, but coming out to deliver the next play like a true warrior. So in their end zone, lining up in the shotgun, O'Connor in the pistol. Dumps it off short to Julius at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah,
Gain of 1.
Try to get that screen pass. Try not to be standing so deep in your own end zone.
Ball might have been tipped.
Only able to get.
Pass is complete. Number 23, Ryan Renucci.
Kyle Gaffney with the tackle.
It'll bring up third down for the Hawks.
Well, you get a little bit of breathing room here. Still a little bit of a ways to go.
And might have been caught with a false start on Waltham.
Flag on the field.
And that is going to be the call. So half the distance to the goal, ball back at the 1 yard line. 49 seconds left in this game. So lining up in the shotgun, ball spotted at the 1.5 yard line. 2-by-2 receiver split. Going to be a quarterback keeper. He fumbles the ball and recovered by Arlington in the end zone. That's going to be a touchdown, a defensive touchdown for the Spy Ponders. And that's Drew Beck who will be credited with that score.
Wow, good job there by Beck and the defense forcing the fumble with 36 seconds left. They get to add on and what has been a very good all-around performance by the Spy Ponders here today on Thanksgiving. And
we're going to get an extra point attempt here.
yeah, they're gonna kick it.
As I think that's Nathan Carmen taking the field. Freshman kicker. Giano with the clean snap and hold. Ball's up and good. 32-13.
With 41 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter, the score is now Arlington 32, Waltham 13.
Kai, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that was the second successful extra point attempt
Yep.
of this game for the Spy Ponders.
Carmen 2 for 3 on extra points. Spy Ponders 0 for 2 on 2-point attempts. Should be a fun year of athletics for the Spy Ponders. Brand new softball field to our right. Of course, basketball in the new gym, and hockey as ever, looking to win a state championship as they do every year. That's their goal.
Number 30, Nathan
Consistently
Carmen, the
making
kickoff
it deep
for the
into
Spy
the
Ponders.
MIAA tournament.
Number 5, Jake Racine.
Usually the last public school standing.
They
Always
may
fun to
have,
see.
yeah, and they may have gotten robbed last year.
Was that the game against Zaveri? Was that last year or was that a different year?
Last year was against St. John Shrewsbury. They had a 3-1 lead, took 2 penalties in the span of 1 second. St. John Shrewsbury scored 2 power play goals in about a minute apart, and then in double overtime they put the Spy Ponders to bed. But
Ooh.
still, it should be a fun year of Spy Ponders athletics. And
Looks like Arlington is going to come up with this ball after the kickoff. Mishandled by Mendez.
By Arlington, the Waltham 35-yard line.
well,
Could imagine that the Spy Ponders could come out in victory formation here.
absolutely, you'd imagine they're gonna kneel it out and go get ready to enjoy the rest of their Thanksgiving with their family and friends here. An all-around win.
And still a shout out to Waltham for making the trip here on Thanksgiving Day and giving their full effort in today's matchup. With the formation, we always like to see the game end as we take a knee, line up, exchange good messages, give each other some hugs, good sportsmanship, and go home on a positive note. One more knee will have to be taken until the game will officially be over to run out the clock.
Yeah, it's actually Dylan McGann who took the knee for the Spy Ponders, who's normally the running back.
The freshman taking the knee and putting the game to bed for the Spy Ponders. They take it 32-13.
Our final score, Arlington Spy Ponders 32, Waltham Hawks 13. Thank you and have a great Thanksgiving.
Kai, any last words before we close out this broadcast?
Well, it was great to come back here to ACMi. There's a lot of us here who made the return for this Thanksgiving because there's nothing we enjoy more than being part of this ACMi and Arlington High School community, and we wanted to celebrate Thanksgiving with the rest of Arlington. And a great win for the Spy Ponders. They all improved to 7-4 on the season, and a good all-around win. Everyone played really well, and it was great to be back here and get to call a win for the Spy Ponders.
You and I both, you said it. We all came back. I myself also came back to Arlington to call this game, and it was an honor. And thank you all for tuning in and listening to us commentate this matchup. And for the rest of the crew here at ACMi Sports, current members and alum alike, thank you for tuning in. We hope you like, subscribe, and consider joining ACMi or even donating to the cause to keep our operations ongoing, especially if you like these broadcasts. So happy Thanksgiving. That was Kai Hare. My name is Monty. See you next time.